the Honkai Star Rail's live stream. So let's see.
再送機が間もなく訪れます。しかし、
Of course, I'm going for Phainon.
そうでしょうか。
最近エルシオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。
最後の一人になったとしても再創生の偉業を成し遂げてください。
新世界は必ず訪れる。黎明を灯す。星々を燃やし尽くす。諸行をもたらそう。
That goes crazy, bro.
第1回キノコに聖杯戦争開幕。
とあなたが私のマスターか。
I want to go for Saber, but I don't think I am gonna go for Saber. I know she's limited, but yeah, I don't know. Archer, looking fire. They put in work on those characters, though. Who is that? They got another character from? Wait. That looks crazy dope. And there's a code. Okay, with the code here, we could go back real quick. Because there was somebody I seen. I was like, who is it? I think that's another character from Fate. Yeah, he's another character from Fate, huh? Okay then. I'm surprised he's not. They got 3 characters from Fate, but only 2 are what's it called? Coming out. Who knows, maybe they might have a Fate collab part 2. I don't know. It's gonna be here for 3 patches, but I don't know if I will ever get Saber, bro. Like, as much as I would want her, I don't know.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello.
Owlbert.
Woo! And whether or not you have a day-night cycle, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.4 for The Sun is Set to Die special program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Rebooting really does solve all problems. Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. I'm Phainon. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zakarey.
Anexaxis? That's how you say the name? I thought it was always Anexa.
Oh, of course we missed you.
Of course I haven't played the story. So
Well, dear
I guess I wouldn't hear
welcome
him.
to the show.
Hear them saying
looking
it.
forward to this special
I
program.
think that was like
more
a
than anything
news
else.
newspaper or
in the last version
radio or
left off?
something that they dropped on their website, but I didn't see that because I was waiting for the live stream
Sky
to see everything that was
and
coming.
the fall of dawn. Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Phainon, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already found out the truth, so what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Phainon is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to reveal itself. I assume everyone can already tell that all that's happened in Amphoris is not as simple as it seems.
Indeed. For example, when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Era Nova.
In addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious. He and Phainon had a pretty significant conversation in the Vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Based on my interactions with him, Lygist doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title, Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine this information with what we know about the relationship between the scepter and paths, maybe Amphoris is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world, and Lygist is one of them.
Oh, you're exactly right. If the situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess, then Amphoris is a trap to set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The hero's Era Nova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Era Nova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphoris. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Era Nova.
As someone from beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on a demigod's divine authority. If something were to happen in the Era Nova...
No, we can't let them stay. They have to listen to Phainon and go home.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity of
Bill's feeding the cat.
However, their fate will still be tied to that of Amphoris. They'll be returning to the battlefield with a very important mission.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Phainon. That Phainon we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Well, maybe that Phainon isn't the one we're all familiar with.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. But I'll leave the specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4. I've actually got some other information to reveal to you.
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version. In these records that we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphoris' true nature.
Uh-oh.
Before, As I've Written was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now, even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
It looks like it's turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of Amphoris' secrets.
Indeed.
That's right.
True.
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live in version 3.4.
That's
Story
fine.
Dialogue can now be skipped by section, with plot summaries and the main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way. Now
Genshin
you
needs
can
to get
choose the
this shit
pace of
now that Honkai's
storytelling
done it.
based on your own preferences. In version 3.6,
I'm behind on stories, so
also
I guess I'll
be
catch
a
up.
Story
I just want
recap
the important
version.
stuff. I don't care about the like side
Stay
stuff.
tuned. But
And that's
of
also
course,
good for like
as we
side
move
missions.
into version 3.4, we shall take the final step of the prophecy together and witness the truth and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shao Ji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Oh, You mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
See, that's why I was like, I never minded if the story didn't have it, but like, at least side content, bro.
This animated short contains a very important part of the story.
Like, let the side content be skippable, like side quests. I don't want to listen to side quests niggas talk. I don't care. I don't mind main story stuff because they want you to pay attention to the story. They put the most work there. Like, bro, Genshin. I don't care about a farm quest, bro. Let me skip all that.
Next, why don't we turn our attention
I don't think
to our good
Honkai
friend
has
Phainon and
a
take
side
look
quest that's
at
that
this
long.
story
And,
together.
yeah. Hello there, Phainon. Hopefully it shows his transform side. Okay, it does. That's clean. Bro, that meteor reminded me of like Madara or something. That one right there, that's crazy.
What in the world happened to Phainon to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know. Now he seems strange and formidable.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Phainon was one of the first Chrysos heirs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Phainon carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the flame chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Phainon to step up and rally the people.
Yeah, all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. What was Phainon like before he joined the flame chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Before the flame chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Ooh, sounds like a real peaceful place.
It was. And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and mountains, and even a forest. That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our, swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore Ides Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Phainon's past, how he became a warrior, joined the flame chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes, you've really come a long way.
These days, Phainon just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Amphorius needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Phainon's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of Amphoras are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Phainon make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I am more than ready.
Well said. Then, let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4. Now let's take a look at how Phainon performs in battle.
You got it. I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows. When using my skill, I'll deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets.
Okay.
The use of my skill also grants me...
I'm so glad I lost that 50-50 though.
Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Phainon can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Phainon will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Phainon powers up massively. Teammates temporarily retreat and can't take action, while he faces the enemy head-on with newfound strength.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
No worries. All the talents and buffs from Phainon's teammates still stay active to provide him with much-needed support.
Exactly. After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: Creation, Calamity, and Foundation, each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. Calling upon the power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up, Phainon will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Phainon's technique is pretty unique too. Upon casting it, Phainon instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Oh shit. So he has an Archon mechanic?
Of course, power comes with a cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
Damn.
If the technique misses,
costs more
it
than...
won't cost any points.
Okay,
Plus,
he costs more than
with Phainon on the
Archon.
team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
When I use my technique to enter combat, I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
I see.
All right. Now that we've wrapped up Phainon's combat abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and King Liu are all getting some serious enhancements.
Let's go! Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silverwolf.
Okay.
After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so it's AoE now, not single target.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup.
Okay, now you can control it.
On top of that, Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Oh,
Makes
that
us spam her
it
spectre a lot
easier
faster.
to apply the weakness we actually want.
That's a good change. I don't got
Next up,
Silverwolf though.
Kafka. After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack.
Oh.
After unlocking certain traces, the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy.
Just she's a follow-up attack unit now?
Recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
And now for Blade. After the update,
Blade
he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade
Okay, no
enters
more
the
half
hellscape
attack.
state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade
Okay.
can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change will happen to Jing Liu as well. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades. But with all these ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits, making sure everything stays in sync.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes freely.
I don't know why you would
Choose
switch
whichever
back,
version
but
you
sure.
like best. For more details, be sure to keep an eye out for official announcements.
Sounds good.
Aside from the ability reworks, one more old friend of ours is getting something new this time around.
Oh.
Oh, who
Oh.
is it?
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit,
Alright, she's getting a
Spring
skin.
Missive, is making its debut.
Ah,
A new
look
outfit.
at that.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
Does it change the skin of the robot? Oh, it's... Did it change? I feel like it, yeah, it changed a little bit. It used to be red, right?
With her school uniform on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever. And that firefly-shaped brooch on her chest, you can tell she put a lot of thought into picking it out.
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow Stellaron hunters.
Well, Miss Kafka does have an eye for style. They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Oh, totally possible. If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new colors. The whole look has to be consistent. You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric Shards. And again, please stay tuned for further details and future official announcements. Next, let's take a look at this version's banners. In version 3.4's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Phainon. And the limited 5-star light cone, thus Burns the Dawn, will have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new 4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance, the story's next page, is being added to the first half banner. At the same time,
Please say that's
we'll
for
also kick off a special
Pesseris.
warp event. The limited 5-star characters, Treeby, Sunday, and Sparkle are coming back. Plus, 5-star light cones, if time were a flower, a grounded ascent, and earthly escapade will return.
That is
as
tough
well.
because
In
I
the
low
second half
key
of version
wanted
3.4,
Triby, maybe
we
a
get
little bit,
another round
but
of
oh well.
special warp events. Limited 5-star characters, Firefly, Jingliu, and
Since I skipped
Blade
Triby, I'm
will
just never
tag
gonna pick up
along with
Triby.
The limited 5-star light cones. Whereabouts your dreams rest, I shall be my own sword and the unreachable side.
Mm-hmm. Two of our newly buffed old friends are making a comeback in this version. What about Kafka and Silverwolf?
Here's a little sneak peek. Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5. And
Okay.
the limited 5-star light cones, Patience is All You Need, and Incessant Rain will rerun as well.
I'm surprised that they put Blade on a rerun.
Also,
Especially because you
8
could get
new
them
4-star
from the
light
thing,
cones will be added to the Nameless Honor Rewards in version 3.4.
from the 50-50 loss.
I see quite a few familiar faces on the light cones.
That looks
There are
cool.
a few mini versions of Chrysos heirs.
Looks like Phainon really does enjoy spending his days.
I really
living
hope that
fields.
4-star light cone
Nature's
works well on
mattress.
Casseries.
Can't
Because
beat
she
that
needs a
level
light
of
cone.
comfort.
For sure.
All right, let's take a quick break. There's still more version 3.4 content coming your way.
And there's another code. I don't think they said what that light cone does, huh? I'm surprised they put the story skip so early in the stream. I thought they would save it for like when they do what's it called? When they do quality of life updates towards the end of the stream. So the fact that's the first thing they put in there, they're like, okay guys, we get it. Now if only Genshin would listen. Because I got like 7 years of story. Well, it's probably 5 years now or 3 years now, but still, the story to catch up on and side quests to catch up on. I'm not trying to listen to a farmer talk about shit I don't care about, honestly. I'm dead.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the events.
Origami
this
Bird Clash.
version. A piece of good
Always
news
fun.
comes from Penacony at the other end of the cosmos. Origami Bird Clash is about to return in version 3.4.
Is that the Cute Match 3 game?
That's right. The International Peace Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Penaconian flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course. This time, the two players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate 4 or more fruits to form bombs and obtain extra moves.
You can also get extra moves when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in battle. For example, Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more powerful.
As long as you pick the right item at the right time, you can turn the tide and deliver a powerful blow to your opponent.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating in story challenges, Trailblazers can also do open challenges with friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game mode.
We're done slamming seals. Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
All right, let us continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey returns as usual in version 3.4.
Nice.
The Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
Yep. In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will also come online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the planar ornaments, Arcadia of Woven Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Ugh, why did my seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual Hoyo Fest Off-White exhibition will begin in July. This year's event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July. Come visit the Star Rail booth and claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be held at Anime Expo, featuring several special guests.
Please keep an eye out for more info and official announcements. See you at Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
You seem mighty busy, Owlbert.
Well, I am a professional super host.
What's going on?
Oh, goodness, Albert.
no!
Hey, what's going on? It's not my time yet. Ah! Whether or not your world has the concept of a holy grail, welcome to the live stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collab special program.
Long time no see, everyone. I'm Aventurine from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill, at your service.
Welcome, both of you. I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
Son of a gun. That's funny.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War.
Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War. Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
That's right, but I have no idea where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let me give a brief explanation of everything here. It's said that the Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that can manifest any miracle. And the Holy Grail War is a magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail...
I can't wait for Phainon to drop.
That daggum Wubba Boot Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they going to attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely going to want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers. I bet old Odie is thinking of the same thing.
This Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants. And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed. Bullets don't discriminate.
You don't say.
So, someone gets caught in the crossfire.
Rest assured, everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate and watch in peace.
All right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacony's superstar of the Soul Glad festivity, our dear Trailblazer will be participating.
Oh, so the Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also be a part of this war.
Well, as another Penaconian shareholder, the Interastral Peace Corporation's Strategic Investment Department sent me as their representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Buddha
I select
will
Phainon.
also participate in this Holy Grail War.
Actually, I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Buddha really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course! Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War. They are respectively Saber, Archer, and Lancer.
Answer.
That's what I'm talking about. I wonder which heroic spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in this Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War, and who will forge a contract with who, Trailblazers will have to find out in the game. Here's a reminder that the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th. So keep an eye out for it.
Okay, so like 10 days into
our 2 heroic
next patch, I
spirits
think.
from
If it's
another
10
world.
days,
Oh,
might be like 9 or 7.
Saber's dress seems a little different from usual now that she's arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
I see people complain about her heels
The King
because
of Knight's new outfit
she's
was
only
personally
in
designed
heels
by
when
Mr.
she's
Takashi
like evil
Takeuchi.
version of herself or the
Contains
alternate
her
version. I don't
iconic
know.
blue and
When
white
she's in
color.
black and red or
And
something.
her iconic ahoge.
That's right.
I don't know what the form is
It
called.
retains
I didn't
the
watch Fate that
nobility of a
much.
king, and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, but the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As for how she looks in the game, well...
いつでも出陣できます。燃えかける騎士の魂よ。はっ。ストライクエア。クス。カイバー。
That looks so clean.
聖剣解放。
Well, Buttermilk
That looks so
Fudge,
clean.
you
Sadly, I
call
don't think
me
I'm
a
gonna be able to
biscuit.
pick you up.
That Excalibur truly shows her strength as a king.
Oh, talk about fancy visuals.
And how come the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
That's right. You can't fight on an empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core resonances after entering battle. When she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Ah. In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold, the King of Knights has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into Enhanced Basic Attack. Her Enhanced Basic Attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of core resonance. Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
Ah, so if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not only does this sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. All right, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now we'll move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit, Archer.
Oh, seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail War very much. He put on a new outfit, too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now
Archer
on his
looking
shoulders.
fire.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the classic red and black look. The sharp contrasts, reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
You got that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
The fact he got the MC's bat is hilarious. The animations have gone crazy good. Of course, I kind of already seen this because of the leaks, but hey, either here nor there.
So that's Unlimited Blade Works? Oh, quite impressive indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
I am the bone of my sword. That sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close combat? That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection state, dealing damage to one designated enemy. While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Heads up, the more times you use his skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After all, everyone knows that a dual-wielding fighter who can't use their noble phantasm isn't a good archer. When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate Unlimited Blade Works, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him Special Charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume Special Charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Oh, in that case, there's no need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain Special Charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction. Now, I have big news for everyone. From when the collab event starts on July 11th and until the end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free!
Oh,
Nice.
Awesome!
We hope that, under Archer's protection, every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave open the dark clouds and become a saga sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Oh, yeah. How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free!
Oh, awesome!
But let's keep our eyes on the present for now. I'm not quite done yet. Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow, how thoughtful.
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right, now let's check out the banner details. Once the collab starts on July 11th, Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior.
They're gonna be on the same
and
banner,
the
huh?
Bone of my sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, A Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star Light Cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Ah, okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long-term after the event starts.
Does long-term mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Light Cones?
Exactly. These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Oh, nice!
And here's one more piece of news for you all. Throughout the entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event starts, when Trailblazers spend the designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star Light Cone, The Hell Where Ideals.
Wait, on his banner or any
Throughout
banner?
all of version 3.4?
Wait,
In other
any
words,
banner?
after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Phainon or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Oh, yeah!
And now, as
That's
the collab
crazy.
kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like
So
to
you need
say to
200
all of
summons
us.
for that?
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to hear their special messages.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to
こ
get
れから
that.
マスターになる開拓者
It says you need 200 summons for that, right? To get his Lycone for free. Let's see. 200 summons is crazy though. Like you get you need 180 for a character, right? And that's if you lose 50-50 twice. You lose 50-50 twice and you go full pity. I don't think I'll be able to get that. It would have been dope if it was like less, because Phainon's better. If this duration was longer, like if it was for the whole patch, like until their banner goes away, that would be a lot better, but it's not. So because it's only for 3.4, I'm not gonna be able to get that.
I'd like to say to all of us,
200
let's
pulls
take a quick break, and then
for
we'll be back to
yeah.
崩壊スターレイルとフェイトス
That's a cool feature
アンリミテッ
if
ド
you
ブレ
get
イドワークス
shafted.
のコラボが
But
間もなく開催となります。赤い九兵
200
は
pulls is 21
あまたの
months.
世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように再定義していくのか、その行方をぜひ見届けてください。収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。 今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Alright! Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nazu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation. And thank you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Y'all are much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze of Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Oh, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War tournament, the genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past striders through the user's memories. So in Fate Stay Night, Trailblazers will face off against many familiar and old friends in intense 1v1 battles. Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there a smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff. Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh? Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
This Grail feels kind of off. Forking hell. Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level, the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy
for sure
strength
using
is
Saber in
toned
that.
down.
Ah, this way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly. The production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. Experience some epic battle action.
And score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblazer Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The 2 programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
Oh,
So much content!
All right. Big thanks again to our 2 guests. That wraps up today's Fate Collab Update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part of the job. Anything for the Trailblazers. So Trailblazers, my honored masters, let's meet again in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Fire update coming. Very fire. Lots of stuff, lots of new people, new characters coming. But yeah, I can't wait actually. Did it? They didn't talk about. I mean, they did talk about the events and whatnot. I was gonna be like, do they usually talk about what we're getting, like the amount of polls we're getting at the start? Oh well. But yeah, like, subscribe, see you guys later. Hope you have a good day or night, and bye. I actually can't wait because lots of stuff. Phainon looks fire. Saber looks fire. Probably not going to pull for it. Sadly, I don't. You know what? Them 200 polls I need, if my account got it, I may try to get it for that light cone. We'll see. But I don't know. But yeah, like, subscribe, see you guys later. Hope you have a good day and night, and bye.